In a world shadowed by the ever-present threat of nuclear conflict, the Korean Peninsula stands as a flashpoint of global tension and uncertainty. North Korea, an enigmatic nation shrouded in secrecy and isolation, has developed a nuclear arsenal that defies international norms and fuels a complex web of geopolitical dynamics. As diplomatic efforts falter and military posturing intensifies, the stakes have never been higher. What lies ahead for this volatile region? Can the world navigate the delicate balance between peace and war, or are we on the brink of a catastrophic escalation? Imagine a future where the decisions made today determine the fate of millions. Picture secretive negotiations in dimly lit rooms, where world leaders grapple with choices that could alter the course of history. Envision the relentless march of technology and intelligence as nations strive to outmaneuver each other in a high-stakes game of chess. The story of North Korea's nuclear tensions is not just about a distant country, it is a tale of power, diplomacy, and the relentless quest for security in an uncertain world. Dive into the intricate narrative of a crisis that could shape the future of global security. In an increasingly interconnected world, the issue of North Korea's nuclear program represents one of the most complex and potentially dangerous international challenges. As we look into the future, the vision for North Korea's nuclear tensions includes potential scenarios ranging from diplomatic resolution and denuclearization to escalation and regional conflict. The strategic preparation for these potential outcomes requires a multifaceted approach, incorporating diplomatic, military, economic, and technological measures. Scenario analysis. Diplomatic resolution and denuclearization. Vision. North Korea agrees to a comprehensive and verifiable denuclearization process, facilitated by a combination of diplomatic engagement, economic incentives, and security assurances. This scenario envisions a gradual normalization of relations between North Korea and the international community, leading to regional stability. Strategy. Strengthen diplomacy, establish multilateral frameworks involving key stakeholders, including the United States, South Korea, China, Japan, and Russia, to create a unified approach towards negotiations. Frequent summits and diplomatic dialogues should be organized to build trust and ensure transparency. Economic incentives, provide phased economic relief and developmental aid contingent upon North Korea's compliance with denuclearization milestones. These incentives could include lifting specific sanctions, offering development aid, and integrating North Korea into regional economic initiatives. Security assurances, offer robust security guarantees to North Korea, including non-aggression pacts and the potential for phased withdrawal of certain military deployments in the region. This could also involve initiating peace treaty discussions to formally end the Korean War. Verification mechanisms, develop rigorous and transparent verification mechanisms through international bodies such as the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to ensure compliance. Establishing a timeline and clear benchmarks for inspections and dismantling of nuclear facilities would be crucial. Status quo and containment. Vision. North Korea retains its nuclear capabilities but is contained through a combination of sanctions, military deterrence, and diplomatic pressure, preventing further proliferation or use of nuclear weapons. Strategy. Enhance sanctions, implement and enforce stringent economic sanctions targeting critical sectors of North Korea's economy, while ensuring humanitarian aid reaches the civilian population. This would involve closing loopholes in existing sanctions and coordinating international efforts to prevent evasion. Military deterrence. Maintain a strong military presence in the region, including advanced missile defense systems and regular joint military exercises with allies to deter any aggressive actions by North Korea. Continuous upgrades to missile defense systems and readiness levels would be necessary. Diplomatic isolation. Strengthen international diplomatic efforts to isolate North Korea politically, reducing its ability to form alliances that could support its nuclear ambitions. This includes lobbying for North Korea's exclusion from international organizations and forums. Counterproliferation measures, enhance intelligence and cybersecurity capabilities to prevent the proliferation of nuclear materials and technology from North Korea to non-state actors or other rogue states. International cooperation on intelligence sharing and cyber defense would be key. Escalation and conflict. Vision. Rising tensions lead to a military confrontation, either through deliberate action by North Korea or a miscalculation by one or more parties involved, resulting in a regional conflict with significant humanitarian and geopolitical consequences. Strategy. Crisis management mechanisms. Establish and regularly test crisis communication channels between military and political leaders of involved nations to manage and de-escalate potential conflicts. Simulation exercises and joint crisis management drills would help prepare for real scenarios. Military readiness. Ensure that military forces in the region are prepared for rapid response and defense, including comprehensive evacuation and humanitarian assistance plans for civilians. Maintaining high levels of operational readiness and conducting joint exercises are critical. Allied coordination. Strengthen coordination and interoperability among allied forces in the region, ensuring a unified and effective response to any aggression. This involves regular strategic consultations and joint training exercises. Post-conflict reconstruction. Develop contingency plans for post-conflict reconstruction and stabilization, including international aid and support for rebuilding North Korea's infrastructure and economy. Preparing for the aftermath of conflict would involve planning for humanitarian aid, governance support, and infrastructure development. Long-term strategic preparation. Technological advancements. Invest in advanced technologies such as cyber defense, artificial intelligence, and surveillance to enhance intelligence gathering and counterproliferation efforts. These technologies can provide real-time data and predictive analytics to preempt potential threats. Develop and deploy state-of-the-art missile defense systems capable of intercepting and neutralizing North Korean ballistic missiles. Continuous R&D in missile technology and defense systems would be essential. Economic resilience. Diversify energy and trade dependencies in the region to mitigate the economic impact of potential conflicts or sanctions. This could involve increasing energy efficiency, investing in renewable energy, and strengthening regional trade agreements. Strengthen regional economic cooperation frameworks to provide a buffer against economic disruptions caused by tensions with North Korea. Initiatives like the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, can enhance economic interdependence and resilience. International cooperation. Foster stronger ties with international organizations and forums to ensure a coordinated global response to North Korea's actions. Working closely with the United Nations, ASEAN, and other international bodies can help in formulating cohesive strategies. Encourage greater participation of regional powers in diplomatic efforts to address the nuclear issue, ensuring a balanced approach that considers the interests of all stakeholders. Engaging China and Russia, in particular, would be crucial due to their influence on North Korea. Public diplomacy and humanitarian efforts. Enhance public diplomacy efforts to communicate the benefits of denuclearization and peace to the North Korean population, countering regime propaganda. This can involve cultural exchanges, information campaigns, and broadcasting unbiased news into North Korea. Increase support for humanitarian initiatives aimed at improving the living conditions of North Korean citizens, fostering goodwill and reducing the regime's grip on power through internal dissent. NGOs and international organizations can play a significant role in providing aid and education. Specific strategic recommendations. Establishing a comprehensive security framework. Develop a Northeast Asian security framework that includes North Korea, similar to the six-party talks but with a broader and more permanent mandate. This framework should focus not only on denuclearization but also on conventional arms control and confidence-building measures. Engagement through multilateral institutions. Utilize multilateral institutions to engage North Korea constructively. For example, the ASEAN Regional Forum, ARF, could serve as a platform for dialogue on security issues, while economic cooperation could be facilitated through the Asian Development Bank, ADB. Human rights and legal accountability. Pursue accountability for human rights abuses in North Korea through international legal mechanisms. Strengthening the role of the United Nations Human Rights Council and supporting the work of the UN Commission of Inquiry on Human Rights in North Korea can help keep the issue on the global agenda. Enhance cybersecurity measures. Strengthen international cooperation on cybersecurity to counter North Korean cyber threats. This includes joint cyber exercises, intelligence sharing, and developing norms and protocols for cyber operations. Building regional economic interdependencies. Promote regional economic projects that include North Korea, such as infrastructure development projects linking North Korea with its neighbors. Such initiatives can create economic interdependencies that provide incentives for peaceful behavior. Final thoughts. The future of North Korea's nuclear tensions remains uncertain, with multiple potential scenarios ranging from peaceful resolution to armed conflict. Preparing for these outcomes requires a comprehensive and adaptive strategy that combines diplomatic engagement, military preparedness, economic resilience, and technological innovation. By anticipating and addressing the complexities of this issue, the international community can work towards a more stable and secure future in the Korean Peninsula and beyond. Long-term peace and stability will depend on persistent and coordinated efforts that address the root causes of the conflict and foster a collaborative international environment. The story of North Korea's nuclear tensions is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the relentless pursuit of power. Yet, it also highlights the potential for resilience, diplomacy, and collective action. As we stand at this critical juncture, the decisions we make will reverberate through history, shaping the world for generations to come. It's time for leaders, citizens, and the global community to unite in the face of this challenge, harnessing the power of dialogue, innovation, and cooperation. We must invest in peacebuilding, fortify our defenses, and foster economic and humanitarian efforts that transcend borders. Together, we can create a future where the specter of nuclear conflict is a distant memory, replaced by a world that values security, stability, and the shared aspirations of humanity. The path ahead is daunting, but with courage and determination, we can navigate these turbulent waters and forge a brighter, safer future. Let this be our call to action, to strive, to hope, and to believe that peace is not only possible but within our reach. The future of the Korean Peninsula, and indeed the world, depends on our collective will to act now.